Hello everybody, welcome to end of day update S&P 500. Let's start with that. You can see this trend line, S&P 500 trying to top out here. You can see just back testing this trend line, still a little bit higher. It's possible, still a couple of days left before this year ends, and you can see it's still grinding hard. And I'm expecting a big drawn drop in January, February, next 8 weeks. And from here, I'm looking for around 5% corrections. Which this is still a bull market. I'm not looking for like a bear market. Just a 6%, 5% correction around 4,500 to find a major support and then a bounce. All right. Same thing on US for 100, which is Nasdaq. You can see here this trend line is just trying to back test it. Still possible a little bit higher it can go. Again on triple Qs, which is Nasdaq ETF. Let's go to 1 hour chart. Let's go to regular trading hours, and still there's a gap here. You can see from yesterday still not filled, 408. So looking for this to top out and come back around the support area around 385 and then bounce. On SPY, same thing here, looking for this around this support around 455. Go a little bit higher, come back and then bounce. All right. And crude oil, nothing major. Basically, you can see it came to this resistance area, sold off. But if you go to 1 hour chart, you can see it's still making higher highs, higher lows. You can see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and it really needs to hold it here. Okay, coming close to the support. Really want crude oil to bounce here. All right. So crude oil was selling, and this was a good buying opportunity against CNQ. Actually, I got back into this CNQ today. I sold it yesterday, again got back in. Why? Because it gapped down on 1 hour chart. So my target is around 67.5. From where it closed, it should go above around 1.5% higher. So that's what I'm looking for as a target. All right, gold. Nice moves here. So as predicted, going higher. So higher high, higher lows, nothing changed. Looking for a pullback, like a high low pullback. Let's see, maybe it will happen in January. Silver, same thing here. Going in the support area, looking for higher highs, higher lows. So nothing changed. Natural gas, a big rejection, came back. It was up around 5% and came back. Looking for new lows, and then when that happens, looking for divergence on RSI and PPO. Bitcoin pump 2%, but and yeah, I will tell you why happened. And Ethereum also almost up 5.5%. But I tell you the reason why Ethereum pumped. If you note, yesterday I showed you there's a gap. If I go to ETH chart, you can see this gap was created. This was on Monday. We had a gap down, and I put this yellow dotted line. I said this gap will be filled, and you can see what happened. We just came to fill this gap, so we can delete this. So this is the reason, you guys. You guys need to analyze this market very carefully, and it's very easy to trade. So this gap is filled. Now we are just making a topping process and looking for these other gaps here to fill to the downside. Same thing on BTC futures, BTC. Now you can see I'm pointing this up. Why I'm pointing this up? Because there's a gap here on Bitcoin here, this day here, exactly on this day around 10th of December, we had a gap down. This gap is not filled. Looking for Bitcoin to pump, fill this gap, and then eventually go down to start filling some of these other gaps, probably in January. So that's what I'm expecting. So, okay, let's keep moving now. Toronto Stock Exchange, 0.65%, looking for this to top out, then looking for a pullback in January, and then again going higher. All right. Hang Seng Index, everything is looking good. Just remember there's a gap here. 116.7 also today also created a gap because we had a holiday here, so we can mark another gap around here with the green line. Bottom gaps I mark with green, top gaps I mark with yellow. All right, couple of gaps are looking for a little bit of pullback before we go higher. And commodities, copper, nothing changed. Look to buy all the pullbacks. Palladium, this support now, I was expecting it to hold, but now it's going towards next support. So this thing became resistance, looks like. So we're going to mark this as red. Here you go. Now looking to find support, still higher low. Even if it comes back a little bit more lower, that's fine. Soybeans in the buy area, wheat looking for this to hold. Now, okay, so looking to buy on the support. Corn trying its best, still not able to cross its resistance. Whenever that happens, it's going to be an explosive breakout. Sugar in the buy area, okay, it's very oversold. So looking for a little bit more lower, all right, and then divergences form to buy sugar again. All right, Tesla, everything is good. Uh, Looks like going towards this gap fill here, 291, but the other two gaps to a downside. You can see nicely broke out of this trend line and just keep going higher. Apple consolidating, went down. Still, this gap is not filled around 189. Looking for that to fill. Netflix flat, nothing changed. Divergences on RSI, looking for like this 509 gap fill. Microsoft just consolidating, and again, if uh, you can see green line, if it crosses above red line, that's going to be bullish. Until then, you just got to be careful. Also on Apple, you can see green line is below red line, so you have to be bearish until that changes, until I see green dot or until I see green line above red line. Google, just in the support area, nothing changed. Meta, looking for this gap fill around, this gap fill is around 362. So I think it wants to fill that gap very soon. Amazon also consolidating, making a flag, looking for this another gap fill around 163. So keep an eye on that. Snowflakes, kind of flat, again flagging. NVDA also in the middle of nothing. Okay, just so the gaps, yellow gap up, all these green gaps are the downside. And AMD, massive move today, 1.85% new high, and still a little bit of divergence. So very, you can see light green background, very overbought short term. Gold, gold miners, biggest gold miner, just consolidating. Just remember there's a gap 41.5 to below, and then other gaps to the higher side. GDX, looking for that gap fill 31.44 before it can go higher. All right. Sector wise, XLK, is this gap filled? Yes, so we can delete this gap. XLE, let's go to 1 hour chart. You can see this gap is filled, so you can delete this. XLV, healthcare, again, nothing changed, holding this trend line, so looking good. So far, we can extend this trend line now. Looks like it just wants to hold it, so that's fine. If it wants to hold it, just extend this. Utilities sector also just consolidating, broke down, little needs to get above this trend line. Industrial sector flat, also holding nicely. Real estate sector looking like it wants to go and fill this gap around 41.63. Financial sector also looking nice, new highs, sky's the limit. So looking good. KRE, regional bank ETF, flat. This gap fill 51.38 could be a good opportunity to buy. All right, I think that's about it, guys. Will be a quick update. Again, just a reminder, looking for this to top out and a pull back in next 8 weeks to around 4,500. That will be good buying opportunity, then a pump higher. All right, guys, good luck. Bye.